Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina as always here on this mid to late March. It's just after St. Patrick's Day. The beautiful 2 weeks of pre-spring we had are gone. Winter's back, it's chilly out there. So let's get started. We're going to be making today stir-fried cabbage with garlic buttered fried shrimp. A very delicious dinner. Sounds complicated, not at all. It's really basically 2 steps: a shrimp marinade and then a vegetable stir down mixed together. Let's get started. So you see here, I've got about half a pound or so of shrimp, and as always, the recipes on the channel. This has all been cleaned and dried. I'm going to be sticking it here in a bowl right now. All right, let's get that in there. All righty. And to that, we're going to be adding our spices, or our marinade, if you will. With that, we're going to be using one clove of minced garlic. You can use grated garlic if you like using fresh. I'm going to use 1 clove of that. And you know what? Let me get a teaspoon for that. As always, with these kind of spices, with garlic and to some extent hot peppers and other spices, you can use your own judgment. For this, I'm going to be using a clove, which on the minced garlic is about a teaspoon. I'm going to be throwing that in there like that. All right, and to that I'm going to be adding a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Please use the smoked. It really enhances the flavoring. The regular paprika will work, of course, but you're not going to get the depth of flavor. So smoked paprika, it would be really the optimal choice. So I'm going to take a 1/4 of a teaspoon of that, and that's in there. And to that I'm going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon or thereabouts of onion powder. Just regular onion powder here. Let me just put it in, only about 1/8. Once again, as I stated up front, if you like these flavors stronger, you can certainly increase them a little bit. I wouldn't decrease them any further because you're going to lose the concept of the dish itself. All right, to that I'm going to be adding a little crushed pepper. You can use crushed red pepper, you can use habanero peppers, Thai peppers, chili peppers, whatever you like. As always, with this particular spice, whatever quantity you want is based on your taste preferences. I'm just going to give it a little tap there too, just to add a little spice to it. All right, and to that we're going to do a little salt and pepper, maybe about 1/4, well, not even, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then the same thing with black pepper. Alrighty, there we go. Now with that, we're going to give that a hand mix right here. Going to mix that up nicely like so. Let that do its thing. Just so that it incorporates. And the shrimp, of course, have been dry, but they're not bone dry by any means. So, you know, these spices will adhere to it very nicely. I think you can see that there. Right? All right. We're going to let that sit there for a moment. Let me just rinse my hands real quick. All righty. All right, so while that's sitting there, we're going to prep the vegetables. And I'm going to be doing that here. I'm going to give myself some room here. First thing I'm going to start with is the cabbage. Okay, now here, this is about a medium-sized cabbage. And to that, I'm going to be basically removing all the outer leaves on this here. You can see they're really of no value. So we're going to remove that. Let's get that out of there a little bit. Okay, just about done there. Got all the last of the leaves off. I threw all the other ones away. That'll be the end of that. So, oops, sorry. That'll be the end of that. Okay. With that in mind, now I'm going to cut this in half because I'm only going to be using half this cabbage. Okay, so let's let it get it balanced so it's safe. I want to get it on an edge so I know it's okay. I don't want to hurt myself. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm looking to make sure I get about half. What do you think, baby? You look half to you?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
All righty, there. Oh, I got a little more than half.
Half, yeah.
I'm gonna get a third, but I'll tell you, since it's only for me, probably that third might be enough. But we'll go with this half.
All right.
But keep in mind, you know, the cabbage does shrink down a bit, but not as much as onions do. So you know, gotta keep that in mind. So for now, we're just gonna move this over here. Now with that, I've got to got to cut this core out here because that core is not really edible. It's kind of hard. So I'm just going to cut a quick wedge like that in there. All right, we can just pull that right out of there. All right, and if you see any residual wedge, just take it right out because it's hard and you don't want to have to be eating that if you can avoid it. There we go. Beautiful.
Got it all?
Yeah, that's all out of there. Okay. Take care of that. All right. So now with that, we're just going to basically dice this up. I'm sorry, cut this up the way you would like for coleslaw. So I'm just going to start doing some shaving down like that. And really, this will come down also to your own personal preference, how you like the cabbage. Like so. That. And when you get down here toward the bottom, if it's getting a little bit too close to your fingers and you haven't got a good grip on it, just turn it back over sideways like that and just continue to dice. Alrighty. Yeah, this is more than enough. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop there for myself. That's plenty for me. As always, if you're going to have to do this for bigger groups or whatever, you just scale it up proportionally. So now with that, if you want, you can just do a quick kind of dice like this. Alrighty. Get any of those big pieces there. There we are. What do you think, hon?
That's good.
You think it's in coleslaw mode? Again, you know, it's not a necessary science here. This is just going to be an art for that. So with that, I'm going to get that into a bowl here. All right. Let's see if I can scoop that in there with any kind of proficiency. Otherwise, it'll be pretty funny. Again, I'm just eliminating any big pieces I may have missed. There we go. All right, it looks pretty good. All right, we'll just do a little housekeeping here. All right, we moved that out of the way. Let's chop up our our red bell pepper. I've already cleared out the center, you know, the usual method in which you want to chop up your pepper, however you wish to do that. Right, so I'm just going to do a little maintenance cleaning up here. All right. Let's get rid of any hard stuff. That's, of course, the way I like things done. Like so. We'll get rid of that guy. All right. And we'll chop this one up now. All right, we'll essentially do that. Like so. Like that. All right. And I guess we could use a little bit more. Just take a little bit more. Like so. Like that. That looks like it'd be a good amount. As always, as I say constantly, these are quantities are really up to you, but you get a feel for what I'm using. That's good enough on that. We can store that away for later. And we'll get rid of these pieces here. All right. Let's move this over here. Let's get this onion. I'm using a red onion. You can use any onion you like. If you want more or less, do your thing. All right. All right. so. And then we should have all kinds of nice pieces here, like that. That's good. All right, they're all done. And that will leave us with our shallot. All right, get our shallot here. It's just one shallot here. We'll just prep that. Get that going in half there. Get rid of that. Let's get the skin off of this. Some people with their shallots, they will boil them first. They seem to indicate that might help them get the paper off a little earlier, a little easier rather. I haven't really had much problem there. As you can see, it's really not a big deal. All right. And then we'll just cut this guy in half. Like so, like that, and we'll see if there's any other skin on there. Yeah, we got just a little layer left over. There we go. And another little piece here, like so. There we are. All right, and then with that, we'll dice him up. I love shallots. I don't think they get enough usage in the recipes that I've watched over the years. They're a marvelous flavor. Alrighty here. And I'm just gonna do, again, a quick dice like that. And also here. I like the pieces a little bit bigger. Personal preference, it's up to you. Like so, like that. Oh, that's just an outer shell as well. We got plenty here. Yeah. Alrighty. Looks good enough to me. Get this guy cut up as well. All right, so now we have our vegetables pretty much chopped up there, and that will leave us now just to cut up the green onion or scallions, which we'll be using at the end of the recipe. Just going to take a handful of those guys, and we'll just slice them up as well. And these scallions were prepared earlier. I took off the outer skin. You know, there's a little filmy outer skin at the bottom of the scallion. I already took that off. And we can chop up the rest of these as well. All right. Good enough.
Good enough.
All right, I've heated up some olive oil here now under medium heat. Again, keep in mind even the higher quote temperature olive oil can get smoky, so keep an eye on it. So I'm letting you get that warm. And at that point, I'm going to be putting in our marinated shrimp that we did earlier. Okay, that's be going in. Like so. All right. And all I'm going to do is give this about, a minute on each side maybe. Let me get them all on one side first. All right. Yeah, I'm only going to give them about a minute on each side. Shrimp cook fast. Again, now, babe, what was this? These shrimp, were this listed as large?
Jumbo, I
They
think.
were listed as jumbo.
Yeah.
Okay. These are considered jumbo shrimp? I don't know. But the point being, you don't want to do this with tiny shrimp, so, you know. And the ones I bought were, these are frozen, and they had the tails on. So I defrosted them, removed the tails, and then I did a quick deveining. I knocked them out. If you're not sure how to do that, maybe one day I'll do a quick short on deveining the shrimp. So we're just going to let that finish up there on one side for about a minute, and then we'll flip. Okay, I'm going to throw in my butter. Okay. Throw in that butter there. Now I'm going to just flip these guys over. You can certainly put the butter in at the same time you heat the oil. That's your call. Works well either way. All right. Let that sit in there. And as I mentioned, the shrimp, of course, don't take long. All right, we should just be about ready. These shrimp should be about ready to come out. You see they've curled nicely. What do you think, hon?
Yeah, they're done.
They look good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take these guys out of there. All right, let them sit aside for a while. Now, in the same butter and oil mixture, we're going to start in our vegetables in. All right, now to that, I'm going to be adding some more garlic. More garlic. And then I'm going to be adding my onions. These are onions and the shallots are going in. Like that. I lost the shallot back there.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I'll clean that off later. All right. Again, I'm working around medium heat right now. And we're going to just saute this for about 2 minutes until they kind of brown up nicely. Okay, these are browned up very nicely, as you can see, about 2 minutes worth. Now to that, I'm going to be adding our bell pepper. And a nice mix. And I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to that. Give that a nice mix. Okay, again, I'm still working it around medium heat. That looks very good. It also smells delicious. All right, we're going to follow that up now with cabbage. All right, we're going to be dumping our cabbage in here. So, we're going to mix that very well. I'm going to get that big leaf out of there.
Too big.
Too big. Some folks like that.
Yeah.
I like it thinner and softer. Now the cabbage you're going to be cooking down until it gets soft. I like my cabbage well done so it's nice and soft. If you like a little crunchy to it, just play it by ear and take it off the stove before the designated finish time. There we go. All right. Looks pretty good. All right, with that, I'm going to cover the pan. Make sure, again, I'm on medium-high. And we're going to let this fry for about 15 minutes. We will be checking it periodically, though. You want to make sure you don't burn any of the cabbages at the bottom. We'll be back. All right, it's been cooking about 15, 16 minutes now. Gonna take that out there. Beautiful color there. Give that a final stir. I did mix it 2 times during that 15-minute period, just to make sure there was no burning going on. That looks very nice. All right, now I'm just gonna finish this off by adding the scallions, green onions, call them what you will to that. Give that a little mix in there, very nice. All right, I would say I think we're done. And again, as I mentioned, if you like your cabbage softer, just continue to cook this down, keeping an eye on burning. If for some reason, and it really shouldn't, but if it gets dry and you're worried it's going to burn, just an ounce or 2 of water will work just fine. All right, I'm going to shut our heat off. I'm going to bring this over here. Right now, I'm going to plate this like so. Like that. I think that's more than enough. I'm just going to put this in here. Now I'm going to take our shrimp and we're just going to place it back here on top. Delicious. All right. And there you have it. There's your cabbage with garlic butter fried shrimp. Let's take a look at and taste of that. Let's cut into one of these shrimp. See, that's beautifully cooked. Mm-hmm. Oh, the flavor is excellent. You're really going to like this. This is a really, really good dish. We'll give this cabbage a taste. Okay, get a nice scoopful there with some onions, shallots. Cabbage cooked the way I like it. It's semi-tender with slight body to it. Definitely a keeper. There we go. So, from the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife, Regina.
Have a great night.
There you go again. Take a good look at it there. There's your garlic butter fried shrimp over the stir-fried cabbage. So, once again, take care. God bless. Come back.